In this video, we're going to work with principal and interest portions of payments for an amortized loan. So we have a $100,000 mortgage in this example. It's been amortized over 180 monthly payments. They tell you what the monthly interest rate is, and we want to know what the total interest that Dave has paid on the mortgage after making the first payment in which the principal portion exceeds the interest portion of the payment. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is calculate the payment that we're talking about. So we want the principal portion of the payment to be greater than the interest portion of the payment. So this formula on the left-hand side here gives us the principal portion of the payment. The formula on the right-hand side gives us the interest portion of the payment. We can divide out the payment amount. That doesn't matter in this case. If we add the v to the n minus t plus 1 to the left-hand side, we get two of them. So dividing it by both sides by 2, we get a 1/2 on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, v is 1 over 1.004. N is 180. I want to solve for t, so I need to take the natural log of both sides. Then I'll divide by negative natural log of 1.004. It's negative because I need to take, this is 1.004 to the negative 1. You need to bring the negative 1 down in front. Since it's negative, we're going to flip the inequality. So we'll get 181 minus t is less than this expression on the right-hand side. So rearranging and getting t is greater than 181 plus this expression. Notice that this expression is negative because natural log of 0.5 is negative, natural log of 1.004 is positive. So really we got a subtraction problem over here. And in fact, that simplifies to 7.3668. So this tells us that the seventh payment, the interest portion is still higher than the principal portion, but the eighth payment, we have the principal portion is higher. So really we want to know what's the total amount of interest that's been paid in the first 8 payments. Well, to do that, we need to figure out what the payment amount is. So in the payment amount in this case, we'll just calculate using either our time value of money buttons on the calculator or using our present value formula like I have here. And you'll get the amount of each payment. It should be $780 and 41 cents. So the amount of interest paid in 8 payments will be the total amount paid, which will be 8 of these payments, and then minus the change in the balance, because the change in the balance from time 0 to time 8 is going to be the amount of principal that has gone down. So the remaining portion of the payments has to go to interest, right? The difference in the balances gives you the amount of principal that's been paid. So then if I take the total amount that we pay and subtract out the amount of principal, we have to get the amount of interest. So the balance started out being 100,000. It ended up being, using our retrospective method, this amount, right? 100,000 moving forward 8 years minus the future value of the payment amounts. So the balance goes down by 3,086. So this is the amount of principal contained in the first 8 payments. So the amount of interest would be just your total amount minus the amount of principal, or the 3157. Of course, you could have also just calculated the amount of interest in each payment using our amount of interest formula and added it up 8 times. You could have done it that way as well and got the same number.